How we doing? My name is Trooper Seth Little. I am the Troop C Senior Diver. I'd like to introduce you to the rest of the crew. We got Trooper Ryan Baldine. And Trooper Josh Cross. All right. Just want to tell you a little bit about the history of the dive team, and I am going to be your guide on this underwater adventure. Our team was founded in 1932. Makes us the oldest and the largest public safety diving team in the United States. You will see up on the screen some history footage of the first divers. Started with hard helmets. We had belts, we had lead shoes, we had canvas gear. It was very heavy. It was over 100 pounds. Okay, but they went in the water and they got the job done. Now, in 1943, a smart fellow by the name of Jacques Cousteau, he invented the aqualung, commonly known today as scuba. Okay, scuba is an acronym. What does it stand for? Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Okay, so he invented that in 1943. The New York State Police decided to adopt that as its preferred method of dive in 1957. In 1958, they sent some divers down to New Jersey to the Navy Dive School, where we learned from them. We learned from the best as far as schooling and how to teach people. And we brought it back to our 8-week Nautic Dive School. Where we are continually implementing what we learned from them. The New York State Police Dive School is actually considered one of the hardest of the special operations schools in division. Our dropout rate is 1/3. My class, we started with 32, and we only graduated 19. So, it's not as easy as these guys make it look. We have a mascot. Our mascot, or our patch, is the octopus. Okay? Now, I need a volunteer from the audience. Anybody want to volunteer? I haven't gotten anybody from over here yet. All right, the person with the pink ribbon over here. Go ahead. Go ahead. What, you're not going to wear the ribbon out here? Okay, all right, no problem. Okay, so, you see what this is, right? That's right, this is an octopus. How many legs does the octopus have? 8, very good. Now, the New York State Police Dive Team is composed of how many teams throughout division? Say it loud. 8, very good. What's your name?
Kyle.
Let's give Kyle a hand. Kyle, you get to have that octopus. If you would like your very own octopi, we are selling them over here at the PBA tent, where they're selling also canine and other gear. The t-shirts, the scuba t-shirts, going very well. Very good material. All right, after that shameless plug, are you guys ready to go in the water? Okay, so the first thing you do as a diver before you go in the water, you make sure that you're not alone. You always have somebody with you, either a safety diver or what we call a diving buddy that actually goes in the water with you. These guys are going in the water together. Go ahead. Now, as they enter the water, what they're practicing first is called neutral buoyancy, okay? And what that means is they're able to basically effortlessly glide through the water. They're not sinking, they're not rising, they're just sort of swimming around, having a good time. It's like being in space. It's that free, and it's a lot of fun, okay? And these guys make it look easy, but this is a hard skill to learn. So I want to tell you about some of the equipment that we use as scuba divers. First of all, we have a mask to cover our eyes so that we can see in the water. We have the regulator, which is in our mouth. It supplies the air, which comes from the first stage, which is attached to the scuba tank, which is attached to our buoyancy control device. And then we have fins, which allow us to go through the water with ease. They propel us through the water. Now, a fun fact about the mask. If you are under the water and you have a mask on, things seem 33% larger or 25% closer underwater. So, Trooper Cross to Trooper Bowline looks like a normal-sized man. You look good though. It makes you look good. All right, now Trooper Bowline, who's large and in charge, he looks sort of like a mountain of a man. No, not that way, Josh. Not that way. Okay, you know what? How we're gonna settle this? Underwater judo. That's right. James Bond. 1, 2, 3, go! All right, they're fighting. They're getting a little dirty. What's gonna happen? Oh, we got him for the mask grab. All right, he just tore off his mask. So what is Trooper Cross going to do? He might be a little bit upset, but you know what? We teach them how to put a mask back on under the water. So, Trooper Bowline joins them. They took their mask off. They're going to put it on. Their mask right now is full of water, so they're going to tilt their head back just a little bit. They're going to create a little crack on the bottom, lifting it up, and they're going to blow out their nose. As they do that, they hope they don't have a lot of snot in there. But also, it's mostly air. That air displaces the water. Basically, the air goes in, pushes the water out, and they are able to then reseal the mask and are able to freely go around and see. Good job, guys. Okay, so I said that we do a 8-week novice dive school right off the bat. But the fact is that this isn't just a novice dive school. We do a lot of advanced things in this school. And we dive deep. We dive 5 atmospheres. And you might ask me, just saying. Yeah, very good. Yeah, you might ask me what's 5 atmospheres. Go ahead, ask again. What's 5 atmospheres? I'm so glad you asked. 5 atmospheres is 132 feet under the water. So if you look to the top of this sword tower, you will see that this is 60 feet tall. So you add another tower on top of that. Okay, that's 120. And then add another 12 feet. I can do math. That's 132. So when you're under the water that deep, it's a little dark, it's a little scary, it's a little quiet, but you don't see the top of anything. All you're seeing is basically what's really close to you and maybe the bottom that you're on. So what are you going to do if you're down deep in the water and something goes wrong? Well, first of all, you have your dive buddy. Okay? So we're going to have Trooper Cross here. He's going to simulate running out of air underwater. So he's showing his dive buddy, I'm out of air, I need your help. His dive buddy comes over, Trooper Bowline, and Trooper Bowline maintains control of his regulator. And the reason that he maintains control of it is because if you're 130 feet under the water and you run out of air, you might be a little nervous, okay? So you want the person who has air, the person who's in control, to be able to take his air, put it in his mouth, take a couple breaths, put it in the other guy's mouth, take a couple breaths, and they go up to the surface, and they go ahead and abort the dive. All right. Another instance where we would either need a safety diver or to learn some sort of skill that helps us is if we are down deep in the water and you get your gear caught on something. In a lot of these rivers that go deep, there's a lot of construction material that might be thrown in there from years past, and you might have rebar, you might run into trees, you might run into things that catch your gear, and so what do? Well, you get a little nervous, but we've been taught to be able to ditch and don. We take our gear off, okay? We get it unstuck, and then once we get it unstuck, we go ahead and we put it back on. Now the safety diver is there just to make sure that he's got air, that he's okay, that he can do the job, but still he's going to come over and they're going to abort the dive, they're going to go back up, they're going to regroup, and then they come back down and they go back to work. Now, another reason that we've also been taught to take off our gear is so that we can fit in small cracks and crevices. About a year ago, we all know what happened over in Thailand, where there was a soccer coach and there were some soccer players, and they decided to go on a hike. Well, they went into a cave. It rained a lot while they were in this cave. Water came up. The opening of the cave was flooded. So what did they do? They went deeper in the cave to get away from the water. And they ended up going miles into this cave. And so safety divers from all around the world, including many of our own Navy SEALs and parajumpers, they came, and the way that they got back to these kids, they basically had to sort of make it up as they went along. But one of the things they did is they took their gear off, they put it in front of them, and they moved through these tight spaces, all right, which taking your gear off allows you to do that. And it's pitch dark down there, okay? I don't know if any of you know what pitch dark is, but if you've ever gone to like a Howe Caverns or something like that, they take you to the back and they say, okay, everybody turn off your lights. That's what they're swimming through, okay? And it was miraculous. They were able to save all of the kids. They were able to save the coach. Unfortunately, one of the divers lost his life, okay? But he did it with purpose, all right? And so we just want to give Josh Cross a hand. Good job, Josh. So, I'll tell you a little bit about some of the tools that we use. We have going into the water right now a DPV. This is a diver propulsion vehicle. And what this allows is the diver to go ahead and use this, and it will bring him along through the water. He doesn't have to kick his fins. He doesn't have to use his arms. It just sort of propels him through the water. As you see, Trooper Cross is very good at this. He can do tricks, he can do corkscrews, he can do loop-de-loops, and I think that Trooper Cross could probably fit in that tube with that diver propulsion device. Yep, that one. I know. You guys think he can do that, don't you? I think so. Come on. Let's give the people a show. Here he goes. All right. Oh, making it look easy and fun. Good job. Let's give him a hand. Okay, wait, what's that, Ryan? You want to fit through that tube. You're a little larger than Brian. You guys think that he can do it? Okay, all right, well, they think you can do it. I'm questioning. Just don't embarrass me. Okay, all right. Here he comes. Let's see what Trooper Bowline, large and in charge, can do. All right. He's making the turn. He's sizing it up. Yeah, you think so? All right, go ahead. Go ahead, see what happens. Yeah, now, you're going to take the tube out of the water, man. You embarrassed me. I told you to not do that. Want one more chance? You weren't even close. Okay, all right, go ahead. We'll see what happens this time. Here he goes. He thinks he has an idea. Oh, all right, well, that was okay. We can give him a hand. All right. Now, what's one of the real reasons that we have a DPV? Besides having fun in the water, it will get us to a search site that's out in the water that might be a little bit farther away, but it's not conducive for a boat or some other means of transportation. And so you can use this DPV in order to get out there to save energy, save air, so that way when you get to where you're actually going to be working, you have both of those things in plenty. Okay? And speaking of searching, our search methods that we use, one of the mainstays of the New York State Police is called the line search. This is how we find things, from little things to large things. Okay, and we're going into water. It's not clear like this. The water that we're going in, it looks more like this. Okay, and you're not going to see your hand in front of your face. You're not going to see your computer. Okay, so we need to use a methodical process. That's what this search line is. You have two heavy weights on either side, and then you have a line in the middle that's usually 100 to 150 feet long. Okay? You set the weights down, you grab the line with one hand, and then you go swimming. So go ahead and put the evidence in there. Put the ball line. We're going to drop some evidence down in there, and we're going to have Trooper Cross simulate in this clear water finding this evidence. Well, you're right, it's not fair, but I know, it's clear. What? The mask? That mask. The one we tape off during school. It scares all of us. Okay, well you can do it. We're going to have you do the mask, all right? So, this is the mask that we use in novice dive school to learn how to search in a dark environment. He likes fruit, folks. You can have this, no, after the search. That's right. So go ahead, put that mask on, and he is going to continue the search with a blacked out mask. Okay, so this is, like I said, one of the methods that we use in the novice dive school in pools. We take this mask and we throw things in there like desks, chairs, bleachers, whatever we can find in order to simulate trees, and I find actually a lot of shopping carts in rivers. I don't know why, but they're in there because we're going to have to go around things. We're going to have to do the best we can to maintain our straight line, and as you can see, even with that tunnel back there, he's just being very methodical. He's coming back, and I bet you he is going to find it. Very good. Give him a hand. Good job. And he can grab that banana after he puts his mask back on. Now, besides the 8 weeks of novice dive school, we also have 7 more weeks of more advanced training. Okay, more advanced training. It involves ice training. Okay, where we actually cut triangles out of the ice and we go into the water. Okay, people ask me, well, how cold does the water get? Well, water can only get so cold before it becomes ice. So, 33 degrees. Sometimes before we dive in. All right. And so we have that. We have helmet training. We also have airboat operations. We have swift water response. We have flood response. We have boat patrol. So the dive team, its responsibilities are growing as time goes on for these guys. And in all seriousness, folks, we like to have a lot of fun out here. We like to try and tell you and educate you about the team. But all the divers are also troopers, okay? And so they're going out on the road, the regular troop duties, and they're putting their lives on the line out there, but then they go above and beyond. They go into the water, into situations that you can't see, into dangerous situations. Water is inherently dangerous. It's inherently hazardous because it's not natural to breathe underwater. And so these guys go in there, they go in there to find evidence, and unfortunately we're seeing a lot of things that we don't want to see down there because we go down and find victims. But the reason that we do that is to be able to help bring closure to the families and friends that are missing loved ones. And so I just want you to give a hand to the dive team, the men and women of all the dive team. We appreciate them. They do a good job. And that's it for the presentation. If you want to take a picture with the diver, come over in front of the tank. Get your picture taken with the diver. If you have any questions, feel free to come and ask questions. Appreciate you. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the fair.